ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hरि Om everybody. Last time we had seen from verse 24 onwards where Bhagavan says, I am the one who is the enjoyer and the doer of all the yajnas. So whatever work you undertake, the ultimate doer is me. The meaning of this ultimate doer should be understood correctly. It means that without me, you cannot do it. That doesn't mean Brahman is becoming doer or Brahman is doing. The pure consciousness is not doing anything. But without the presence of that reflection of consciousness in our intellect, we cannot function. And that's what he means, the doer I am. And then Jiva is the one that's enjoying, because whatever actions that I do are for my happiness. And what is my happiness? Who is this me? It is the Jivatma, which Bhagwan is now indicating is none other than me. So that's why ultimately I am only enjoying everything. And the one who knows this in a sense, that I am the non-doer, in a sense means that this Jivatma, the one who knows that actually it is happening because of the presence of the Lord. I am nothing but the Lord himself, pure consciousness. Then he will come, he will be freed. If he doesn't understand this, he says, but they do not know me in a sense. So those who don't know me are back into this samsara cycle of birth and death. But if, so what is the opposite? If they know me in a sense, then they're not going to come back. And then those who worship the devas, they go to the devas. It's like, as you think, as you sow, so shall you become. So if you're praying to Indra for rain, then you will get rain. Well, if you're praying to somebody for, like I told you, Sitala Devi for a vehicle, then she'll give you the donkey that she has. So you get a donkey. So whatever, like whatever they have, they'll give. No, Indra cannot give you progeny because Indra doesn't have the power to give you a child. So Indra has got rain. You prayed for rain, you get rain. You pray for this, you get that. Whatever you pray, you get. Ultimately, what you have to understand, all the powers of these gods are given by the pure, by the Lord, by Bhagavan, right? Ishvara has given all this. Like I told you, in the cabinet, if you go to, one minister, the power has been handed to that minister by the prime minister. So ultimately, it is the prime minister that is giving us everything. That way it should be understood. And then, of course, if you start worshipping me, then you will come to me. You get me. So we have to make a choice. And then Bhagavan says, whatever my devotee offers me, patram pushpam phalam toyam. Toyam is ultimately water. I don't even have a leaf, oh Bhagavan. Okay, then a drop of water. So what he's looking at is the bhava, the attitude with which it is given, the devotion, the love with which anything is given, even the smallest thing that is given with love, Bhagwan is very happy. Rather than give something huge with ego. See, I've got so much and I'm giving you. Nothing is ours. Nothing, that's why we have the bhajan. Tera tujhko arpan. A very significant line that is. Whatever that I'm offering you is yours only, Bhagwan, but still, okay, I'm offering you. Only ego is ours. If we can offer that ego, then we got it. So then these are the people, Prayatnatmana. They are trying to do. And then in the next verse, he gives the, the method of karma yoga through bhakti. So in Karma Yoga also, one of the requisites is Ishwararpana Buddhi. This is what is elaborated here in verse 27. Yat karoshi, whatever you do, karoshi. Yat ashnasi, whatever you eat. Okay. Yat joshi, whatever you offer. So in the sacrifices, oblations are offered, right? So whatever means any action, he says, O Kaunteya, tat kurushva mother, offer it unto me. And so offering unto him, what does it mean? You can't take the action. And it's recognizing his presence behind that action. That becomes offering. It's like, if I say I'll offer this speech or lecture or whatever that I'm talking, I can't put it in a katori and leave it in front of God. But if I have remembered him before, and that's the idea of why do we say prayers, Om Sarna Vautu, whatever prayer that we're saying before, that is what is meant by offering. And that's why I've always said, anything that you do, you go out for groceries. You say, okay, oh Lord, I'm now driving. Okay, come back. Okay, thank you, Lord. Anything we can have gratitude for anything. I told you last Monday I went to the gym. By the time I came back, the our gate had broken, so I couldn't get in. So I thought, oh, thank you. At least it didn't happen when I was going. Otherwise, I would have missed my gym also. So you can find gratitude in anything, even in things that are not conducive to you or surprising. Suddenly I came, that gate is broken, right? So be grateful. That's what he says, mother. What is offering it to him? Offering is remembering him, understanding that without him I could not have done this. That then becomes prayer in itself. Okay, whatever. So it's karma yoga, principle of karma. And then he talks about phala, the result. So whatever action I do, there will be either a result which I wanted, either a result which I didn't want, or could be a third thing also. So it says Shubha and Ashubha. Shubha is that which I want. Shubha means auspicious. But what is auspicious? Something that I want is auspicious. Something which I didn't want is inauspicious. So it says whether it is auspicious or inauspicious, if you offer it to me, then what happens is that karma doesn't bind you. That is what he's not doing it for himself. Not like, okay, I want all the results. No, I am telling you a method by which that karma will not bind you, because that is the law of karma, that it will give result and it will bind. If I take ownership of that action, if I take ownership of that result, it is going to bind me. That is the law. That cannot be changed. So how do I get out of that law? That's what he's telling us. You give it to me, I will absorb it. I will absorb it, everything. You don't have to worry about it. So then such that renunciation, here sannyas is that renunciation of that doership, renunciation of that enjoyership. You will be freed. You will be vimukta, visheshena mukta. You'll be freed from the bondage of karma, because karma binds. Then we have to read 29. Sammoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. The same am I to all beings. To me there is none hateful or dear, but those who worship me with devotion are in me and I am also in them. So here Bhagwan is, the question might arise, that those who worship you come to me, that means they are your favorite, others are not your favorite. That's what Bhagwan is clarifying. Even in the Mahabharata war, he told Arjun, he said, I'm not on your side because I hate Duryodhana. There's a very important point there. This is what it is. He says, I cannot hate, we have given you the example of wave, ocean, and water. Can the water hate one wave and love another wave? When the water knows that this wave is also water and that wave is also what me only, how I can hate? So this is the principle here. He says, and how can I say this wave is more dear? It's me only. I'm more dear to myself, or I hate myself. It's like saying, I hate myself, or I love myself very much. It's the same thing. So therefore he says, Sarva Bhuteshu, please understand that there is nobody who is dear to me, quote unquote, or whom I hate. Because I am them, they are me, actually. But what is happening is some people are recognizing that fact, some people are not recognizing that fact. Now, those who don't recognize my presence in them, he already had said that before, then as I am as good, no good to them, because they don't recognize that it is because of me that everything is happening. Whatever they're doing is because of me, because of my presence. So he says, those who love me, how will I love somebody? When I know he's there, I love him now. If I don't know only that Bhagwan is there, then where is the question of loving? Where is the question of having devotion? So it says, Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. So those who, but, tu is but those who are devoted to me, those who love me, means what? Those who know me, how you can love without knowing? Love cannot come unless you. So when you recognize his presence within ourselves, when we do that, then we are recognizing him. Then of course it is a recognition. See, I am in them doesn't mean I am not in Duryodhan. Duryodhan never recognized him as the Lord. But I am there, but he doesn't recognize me. Then what is the point of my being there or not there? Because I'm not ready. This is what she said. Those who love me out of devotion, those who know me, then obviously, because you cannot love without knowing. So you know, then you love, then they recognize my presence in them. And of course, then I recognize them. That doesn't mean I'm partial towards them. It's nothing like me being partial to anybody. Water cannot be partial to one wave and not to another wave. Okay. So he says, the same I am to all beings. They are recognized. Those who know me and love me, they are recognized. Now, another important verse is coming up. So who can come on this path? What if I was not recognizing you, but now I do? Then what happens to me? That's the question. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamanya bhak sadhureva cha sadhureva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha. Even if the most sinful worships me with devotion to none else or with single pointedness, he too should indeed be regarded as righteous, for he has rightly resolved. Rightly resolved means he has repented. He was not recognizing Bhagwan first, but then he recognized. So what happens to him? He says, that's okay. I forgive them. They will come to me. See, all the people that see Ravana, if you take the example of Ravana, throughout his life, he never recognized Sri Ram as the Lord. Okay. But at the last minute, when Bhagwan killed, this is Bhagwan's glory. Whoever he killed, he gave them liberation, actually. Everybody, Putana, he killed, Shaktasur, Kamsa, Chanura, all the people in Bhagavad we see, or in Ramayana, Ravana, Marichi, like so many other demons also Sri Ram killed, right? Everybody got liberation, everybody, because at that time, at that final moment of death, Bhagwan made them understand that there is no difference between you and me. So even in that last moment, even in chapter 2, Bhagwan says in the way this thing, even at that last moment of death, if you recognize my presence in you, if you recognize that, you will come to me. This is the glory. Now, the thing is, we might think, oh, if Ravana also got, then I will also at the last minute, I will go on hating him. But what is your life then? Your life is, you may not hate him, but if you're not recognizing him, your life is full of ego. And if you led your life like that with ego, with a strong ego, not recognizing the presence of God in everything, then at the last moment, extremely difficult for that thought to come. That is the point. It's extremely difficult. And if by some great punya, if it comes, then yeah, it comes. We have the story of Ajamil. Ajamil was a pious Brahmin, okay, married and very happy living his life. But what happened was he had gone to the forest or somewhere he had gone, and he saw this prostitute entertaining some people. And by some, I don't know what fluke, he falls in love with a prostitute. So then he leaves his wife and his family and everything. He goes, lives with that prostitute. And from that prostitute, he has a son. Now, because of his past, he was a pious Brahmin. So because of that, somehow he names that child Narayan. He names the child Narayan. And he was very attached to that child, very, very attached to the son. So what happens is at the time of his death, he calls his son Narayan, and he's calling his son. On one side come the dutas, the messengers of Lord Yama, and then suddenly they see that on the other side, the messengers of Vishnu Bhagavan are standing. So they say, we have come to take him. We are going to take him now. He's going to hell. And they say, no, our master is greater than your master. You better check. So they check with Lord Yama, and Yama says, yeah, like Vishnu is my boss. So if the boss's messengers want to take him, then I can't do anything. I can't, means he's going to hell, okay? Yama is taking him to hell. They are taking him to Vaikuntha. So the question arises, but he lived so these Yamadutas, they asked him, say, on what basis are you taking him? They say, no, he said, he called Vishnu Bhagwan, he called Narayan, and Narayan heard that. And now whoever calls Narayan, now we have to take him to Narayan. He says, Arey, that Narayan was his son. He was calling his son. He wasn't calling Vishnu Bhagwan. So he says, no. So then Vishnu Bhagwan says, he forgot my name is Narayan, but how can I forget that my name is Narayan? So he has called me, and now he's going to come to me. So this is the greatness and the glory and the compassion of the Lord. He actually called his son only, but he, he took the name. In the other story that we have another story. So there was this businessman who had known this story of Ajamil. So he said, you know what, I have 4 sons. I will name them Bhagwan's names. So at the last moment, definitely I'm going to call one of my sons. That means I've called Bhagwan. That means I will go to Bhagwan. So all his life, he continued to, be in his business and work. And all 4 names were Bhagwan's names. At the very end, he went into a coma. So when he went into the coma, the 4 sons thought, oh my God, we don't know who he will call when he wakes up. He will wake up someday. And so all 4 of them were by his bedside. And it so happened that he did wake up. But when he woke up, he said, all of you are here. Who is in the shop? That's what he said. He didn't take their name. So you see, it's very tricky. But this Ajamil, see, he was so attached to his son, so probably he was taking the name he was taking his son's name all his life. Because of that name came to his mouth at the last minute, and Bhagwan recognized that. That is the greatness. That is why we are told constantly, just now in Bhagavad Govindam also we heard, constantly take either chant Gita or Vishnu Sahasranam, like I told you, it is the name of the Lord. Whatever Ishta Devata, whatever, speech gets purified. So he says, Duracharya. So Ajamil was very Durachari, like he was bad, but at the last moment he came. So he says, if Durachara is one who has crossed all limits of wickedness. That's what my little notes are saying. So, okay, they've crossed all the limits of wickedness, but at the end, if he repents, if he regrets, and then if he comes to recognize me, comes to think of me, I will forgive him. He will be forgiven. Everybody was forgiven. Everybody, every single person that the Krishna or Rama have killed, they all got liberation directly. Shishupal, direct liberation after that. And all he did was hate Krishna all his life, right? But then the life is not beautiful. We cannot say, oh, I will also hate Bhagwan, and then at the end, no. But life is very, loving somebody, what type of feeling you'll have, or hating somebody, what type of feeling you'll have. So why hate? Why not love? Okay, so that's why he says they will come to me. Then what happens? Shipram bhavati dharmatma Shashvam Chantim Nigachati Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashati. Soon he becomes righteous and attains eternal peace. O Kaunteya, know for certain that my devotee is never destroyed. This is also very important. Name Bhakta Pranashati is quoted quite a few times. It is a promise because it is Bhagwan's promise. So what he's saying, Kaunteya Pratijani, Pratijani means go declare. Go tell the entire world. Pratijani, previously, because there was no WhatsApp, now you get emergency message on the phone. Previously, there was not like that. This Pratijani is that. That ting ting, yesterday only I got an emergency alert. Somebody had kidnapped somebody, or earthquake, or that is Pratijani is that modern day. But those days, people would go from village to village and they would announce, right? Oh, the king is coming, dum dum dum, they'll do that. That is what Pratijani is. So here he is telling Arjun, go declare, send a WhatsApp message. What? My devotees will never perish. That is my promise, right? So Kshipram, very, very soon. Kshipram is soon, soon. Verily, very soon. Bhavati Dharmatma, he becomes who he Durachari. That Durachari, which was referred to in the previous verse, the one who has crossed all limits of wickedness, but now he is become a devotee. Now he loves me. Now you go tell. Once he becomes my devotee, once he comes to my feet, once he surrenders to me, Dharmatma, then he will get eternal peace. What is eternal peace? Moksha. Eternal word when it comes, it is moksha alone, because samsara is not eternal. It is not like he'll be happy in this world. Yeah, but this world will end. Then what happens to him? So when he says shashwat shanti, that word is shashwat shanti. Shashwat is eternal, shanti peace. So if eternal peace is to be gained by anybody, it is moksha and moksha alone. And he says, Gaute, go tell, go declare it to the world that my devotee. So now imagine if a wicked person, he will get this. Why not we are studying, we know the glory. Why not we love him from now only? Why be wicked? Why we are not wicked actually. Already we are not wicked. But now why not enhance our thoughts of him? Why not enhance our surrender to him? Already in this chapter, he said, Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. I will take care. That is it. These are all his promises. And you can hold him to his promise, because once he spoke, he spoke. Not like us, we speak, then we forget, then we speak something else, then we do something, we promise something, then we say, oh, did I promise you? Oh, now I can't do it. All kinds of things we humans do. But this is Bhagwan's words. That's why Sri Bhagavan Uvacha is very, very important. Whatever he said, whatever he has said is true, was true that time, is true today, it will be true eons afterwards. Till Pralaya time, this thing is Name Bhakta Pranashati. This is quoted, like Karmanye Vadhikaraste is there. Yogakshem Vahame. There are some quarters that are quoted very, very often. This is one of them. Name Bhakta Pranashati. Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Go declare. You have this, that there's a story, there was how gold, see, when the notes are printed, that much gold is there in the Bank of Canada or Reserve Bank, right? So previously it wasn't like that. Previously, how it came about. So previously there was barter, you take rice, then you give me wheat, and that sort of thing. Then it so happened once that this guy wrote on a piece of paper, goldsmith, and he gave it to one person, and he said, whoever brings me this piece of this thing, I will give him this much gold. Go declare, go declare to the world that this piece of paper is worth this much gold. That is how that gold has come. That's why, Reserve Bank or Bank of whichever bank has to have that much. Otherwise, that note is only a piece of paper, no. $5 is what, or $10 or 5 rupees, 500 rupees. It's just a piece of paper, but it is safe. That much gold is held there. That is what is creating the value or devaluation, demonetization, all that. So that is that pratijani. That's how this came about. So he said, go declare to the world that whoever brings me this piece of paper, I will give them this much gold. And that's how that thing came about. This is what he's saying. Go declare, because that is his promise. Now, मां हि पार्थ व्यपाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युपापयोनयः स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्राः तेऽपि यान्ति परां गतिम्. For taking refuge in me, they also who, O Partha, may be of a sinful birth, women, Vaishyas as well as Shudras, even they attain the supreme goal. This is one word we have to understand very clearly here. Taking refuge in me, surrendering to me. Okay. So they are surrendered to me. They love me. Now, who, even if they are of sinful birth, Papa Yoni is womb. Papa is sin. Sinful birth, who, when I also heard this first time, I thought, excuse me, are you telling me that Stri word is there, female, male word is not there? What does it mean? How come? No, Stri here is one who is exhibiting female qualities. What are female qualities? Fear, cowardness, less confidence. Those are considered. So even a man can be fearful. Right? Do we know men? I know men who are like so totally paranoid. Right? It's not just a prerogative of women. So here, Stri should not be taken as female alone. Anyone who has got this thing of fear, they are papyoni, means they are previously they've done sins. Demerits, see that fear. What is fear? These negative tendencies. What happens if I'm fearful? What happens? Then I'm not at peace, right? I'm constantly afraid. Oh my God, why is he looking at me? Oh, why did he smile at me? Oh, what will happen to me? Oh, this, right? Am I right? So there is no peace. And then when there is no peace, where is it coming from? It is coming from demerit. What comes from merit is good or is always good. So there'll be peace of mind. Even if you're worried for some time, the worry will go away. Suppose if something, whatever happens, you may be worried for a while, but you come back into that balance quickly. And that is what tells you the amount of papa or punya that is there. When that merit is there, the measure, the litmus test of merit and demerit is the mind. If your mind is calm, if your mind is at peace, okay, this is happening to me, okay. Otherwise, constant, one friend of mine, she told me her husband had gone to India or whatever. It was 9 o'clock at night, but it was dark, winter time. Somebody knocked on the door. Now her intercom system was not working. She has intercom, right? And she couldn't see who it was because this thing. And she didn't answer. Just quiet. It was dark. She didn't answer at all. She didn't say anything. She didn't say nothing. And then the guy knocked. Apparently there was a car parked in front and knocked, and then he went away. Then she told me, I couldn't sleep the whole night. So you see, this is Stri. That is what Stri is. Because he went away, right? Then my all is to give. I said, you have TELUS security. Why don't you have put TELUS security in your house? Right? Simple. But that they won't do. And then there's fear, and then they can't sleep. That tells you what this is. So that's why he's saying Papa Yonaya. So, and then Vaishya, what is a Vaishya, what is in it for me attitude? So Vaishya can be a Stri, female, male, can be anything, born in a Brahmin family, born in a Kshatriya family, whatever family, if that person is constantly saying, what is in it for me? What is in it for me? What is in it for me? Then he is coming from this Papayona. He's a Vaishya. I had a friend who, a young fellow, he used to work, and one evening he had come to our house, and then he said, I'm not going to work after 6. Are they going to pay me if I don't, if I work after 6? So he came, we had invited him for dinner. That was okay. And then he came. Then when they started downsizing, who was the first one to go? He was. You cannot keep saying, what is in it for me? Why should I work hard? Arey Baba, maybe one day you have to work more than you work. Consider it your destiny and work, right? So the one who has that attitude, who is doing even good to other people, okay, now this person is capable of helping me back. So I will help this person and I will not help that person, because what can that person give me? That person can't do anything for me. That sort of attitude is this Vaishya. And Shudra is just tell me what to do. Shudra means not by birth. Huh? This is Vaishya, Shudra. This is not by birth at all. Okay. So it is the attitude. So Striya is all this fearful attitude, all that. And then Vaishya is what is in it for me. Shudra is no leadership qualities, no self decision making capabilities. You tell me what to do and I will do. These are all born from Papa. So these ones, even these people, if they come to me, even if these people come to me, they will. That is how forgiving I am. This is what he's trying to say. Okay. Next. Any questions? Any question? Okay. Kim punarbrahmanaha punyaha. No. Kim punarbrahmana punya bhakta rajarshayasthatha anityamasukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. How much more easily then the holy brahmanas and devoted royal saints attain the goal, having obtained this impermanent and joyous world, you do worship me devoutly. So comparison. People like, those who are fearful and afraid and all that, or with the attitude, what is in it for me? Or, just tell me what to do. Those, if they take refuge in me, they also will come to me. Now, what to talk about people who are not like that? So if we do not fall in one of those 3 categories, then we definitely have hope, right? Greater hope. Great hope. And that's why we should become like that. See, fear will be alleviated if Bhagavan has promised yoga kshemana, then why I should fear? If I have that attitude, all those type of thoughts come from a sattvic mind, where there is predominance of sattva, those thoughts will come. It's okay. I have ventured to go here. God is there. He will protect me. He will save me. That sort of attitude we must have. So he's saying, what about those holy brahmanas means not born in the Brahmin family or anything, because there he said Vaishya and Shudra. So, Brahmana is the one, even Kshatriya, because they are Rajasic, but backed by Sattva. So those people who are very sattvic, that is what this Brahmana should be understood as. Those who are sattvic, who are devoted to me already, they don't have those type of attitudes. What to talk about them? That's what he's saying. Joy. So having obtained this they have taken birth. Okay. Birth has happened. It's okay. Impermanent and joyless. This world is only sorrowful. This birth has happened, but they are still devoted to me. Then what to talk of them? If even those downtrodden people will get permanent happiness, those who are born out of sin, they also get merit. What about the people who are born out of merit? Where there is more merit, where there is more peace, then what to talk about them? Is concluding now. Now this last verse, any questions are there? No? Okay. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyajimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Fix the mind on me. This is the final instruction that he's giving. What should I do? Fix the mind on me. Be devoted to me. Sacrifice to me. Bow down to me. M is in capital letter, huh? Please note. Having thus united your whole self to me, taking me as the supreme goal, you shall come to me. So man manam, mana. See this bhava goes with all three. There are three words. Man mana, mad bhaktaha, and madhyaji. Three words are there. And then namaskuru. Namaskuru is namaskara, surrender. Okay, mam namaskuru means surrender, take refuge in me. So mana bhava, bhava means become. Bhava is coming from bhu bhavati, to become. So mana bhava, mad bhakto bhava, and madhyaji bhava. So that bhava goes with all three words. Mana, mind. Mad bhakta also bhava, bhakta, and then madhyaji. Madhyaji is whatever you do. Okay, bhakta, devotion, love. And mana here to be taken as intellect. So intellect, mind, and body, because doing is done by the body. Of course, mind is involved in that. But then, so put your mind in me. Fix the mind. Your mind means intellect, and devotion is in the mind. So intellect, mind, and body. So these are the three instruments that we have. And by speech, of course, chanting his name. So he says, you offer everything onto me. Offer or everything, because he said, I will take care of everything for you. I'll take care of this world and the hereafter. Both worlds I can take care of you. So in your intellect, just this morning we heard that verse in Bhaja Govindam, right? Gayam, Dheyam, Neyam, and then one more, right? So that Dheyam is this manmana. Dheyam what? Intellectually think of, meditate on me. Dheyam. That's manmana. Mad bhakta, devoted to me. Gayam. So your speech, by speech you're chanting, but because you love him and you think of him, you're chanting his name. Vishnu Sahasranam or Bhagavad Gita or whatever there is. And then whatever you do, so go to satsang, that is one thing, do satsang, but whatever other things you do in the world, you offer it to me, right? So that is what he's saying. Mame vaishyasi yuktvai matmanam matparayana. So he taking me as the supreme. See, this goal and means, we have to understand this, okay? So in the material world, in the external world, we have a goal and the means is something else. So I want to become whatever, doctor, engineer, software engineer, whatever that I want to become. Then the means is what? Education. Okay. So the goal is something different and means is something different. Understand? Now with him, what he's saying is taking me as the supreme goal and united. So with him, supreme goal means goal is he. Then what are the means? He only are the means. That is what he's telling us here. You want to reach me, then through me. That's why in chapter 7 also he said, Mama Maya Durastaya, my Maya, it is my Maya, it is very difficult to cross over. So you surrender to me to cross over that Maya, which is mine only, means everything is mine. So here also saying you take, goal is me. What are the means? Means are this, fixing the mind on me. Everything is me. So means is me. Fix the mind on me. Do everything for me. Be devoted to me. And why should you do all this? Knowing very well that that is the final goal that I want to attain in this life. Okay, knowing it, you do it, then for sure you will come to me. With God, means and goal are one and the same. Goal is also God and means also is God. You cannot, that's why in Taittiriya Upanishad, that is what I told you, that Brahman is all pervading, technical explanation, okay? But can I go into the world to look for Brahman? No, I can't. Upanishad is telling us, go into the cave of the intellect, go inside the cave of the heart. So what is happening? World cannot be the means to reach God. We have made world as the goal and God is the means. So we pray to God. Bhagwan, give me a job, give me a house, give me a spouse, give me a child, give me a this, give me this. So God is the means and goal is the world, because I think that that world is going to give me happiness. Now what he's saying is, and that is what Upanishad is telling, world can never be the means to God. You can never attain Brahman through the world. Even though Brahman is all pervading, technically speaking, Brahman is everywhere. Then why can't I get Brahman if I meditate on the computer? I can't. I cannot. Okay. So God, God is the goal and God himself is the means. And this is the means that he is now giving us. What is the means? Mind. These are our instruments. We have this. This has got nothing external. See, nothing of the world is being used here. Anything? Nothing. Right? So mind is mine. Okay. Body is mine to do things. I need the body. It's mine too. So whatever I do with the body, whatever love I have, instead of having love for the world, I told you, direct your desire from the world to God. If your desire is directed to the world, it is Khedakari that we studied in Manache. See how there is, see the link. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Bhaja Govindam, Gita, Manache Shlok, everybody is saying the same thing. Every text tells us the same thing. If that desire is for anything external, it is Khedakari, Manache Shlok words. It is sorrow giving. If that desire is directed introverted, in Upanishad will say go inside with bhakti language. This is language of bhakti, because now we are going towards bhakti. Bhakti will say you fix your mind on me, whatever your ishta devata is, you fix your mind. That is how bhakta will think of Krishna or Rama. Like Samarth Ramdas, we know every single line says Raghava, Ram, or Raghuchandra, whatever, everything is Rama. Okay, where Upanishad will say self. Upanishad will never take any names. It will say self. Turn inside, turn inside. It's the same thing. This is my instrument. My body, mind, intellect is my instrument. Just with these, that's why you don't need money. Money cannot get you God. You don't need anything. External, you don't need anything, but your mind must always revel in his thoughts. That's what he's telling us. This is the means. I'm the means and I am alone the goal. And know that for sure in your mind. And then practicing this, you will come to me. Okay. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supaniषत्सु Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogo Nama Navamodhyayaha. Thus we have completed the 9. This last verse, mind you, it comes exactly in the center of Bhagavad Gita. If you count, this one is the exact center of Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, this verse also in one way is considered as the heart of Bhagavad Gita. Because heart in our body is right in the center, right? Kind of. So that's why this chapter, of course, is in the center also. 15th chapter because of the essence, because everything has been enumerated there. Therefore, that is also one considered as a heart. Every chapter has its own heart. And I told you the heart of this was 22 verse. And now this one is like, because it is in the center of Bhagavad Gita. We will read the first verse again to indicate that we are continuing with our studies. This is not over. अथ नवमोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्याम्यन्यसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्. So this was the purpose, his declaration. What was his declaration? That I will tell you this most secret knowledge, and I will give you knowledge and wisdom, both. And because knowing which you will be eligible, you will get moksha. And he has done that throughout the chapter. So now that we have completed this chapter, I thought I would complete it next time. What we're going to do now, I have got the list ready and I will send it out on WhatsApp. So you can pick the verses and I will give you 2 weeks to prepare. So next Sunday, this class will not be there. Bhajagovindam will be there. I need to complete that text. So on the 23rd and the 30th, 30th, both classes will be closed. This class will be closed next Sunday, the following Sunday, and we'll meet in April and we will start the discussion. And I will send this out on WhatsApp just now today. So you will have 2 weeks to think and prepare whatever verse that you want to verses. Most of them are two, there's a cluster of 3, and then verse 22 stands on its own. That has got a bit more explanation, but whatever. Is that okay? Are there any questions? We have some time.